Hello and welcome to my video review on Transformers Armada Starscream. Now here he is in all of his glory, and he is quite large, definitely a lot bigger than the new Legacy one, which I will be comparing it to in this review. And yeah, this is the last one of my figures I really wanted to track down for Armada. Now I have at least one rendition of every single main character. I don't have the mini-cons yet. The only ones I really want to get are the Perceptor and then all the ones that form the Hydra Cannon. So those 9 mini-cons. And then here he is with his Legacy counterpart. So you can just see how much bigger he is than the new one. Also, getting a closer look in here. We have a lot of beautiful details. I love how these vents are all painted in this beautiful bright yellow. It really pops and it looks awesome. Kind of gives almost a Gundam vibe with the real flashy vents. And turning around to the back, it's not too much. No real propulsion, which kind of confuses me because you have these kind of look like thrusters, but you flip them forward and now you don't have thrust anymore, but he can still fire when they're forward. So I don't quite understand how that works. I don't know where his thrust is coming from. As you can see here, we do have 2 wheels on the ends here, and then 2 right where his arms will be. So that makes him roll quite well. And if you are noticing, his nose looks like it's pointing down towards the ground. That is all it goes up. That is how the original is. It's a little weird. The new Legacy is a lot straighter, so doesn't have as much of a droop. And now just noticing how good the Legacy's paint looks on that cockpit, like it just brings it to life so much more. I do think this original one still has a place in a collection because this is just an incredible toy, and it is definitely one of the cooler ones of the Armada toy line in general. It is just really fun. Now, also looking at his mini-con, which I am forgetting the name of. That's great. I think it's Sideswipe. It could be, no, I can't remember. I'll think of it later in the review, but if anyone knows, let me know in the comments, because I can't remember this guy's name for the life of me, or if I say it later. Alright, and then, also, with this guy, we have gimmicks, because it is Armada, and what is Armada without gimmicks? So, of course, plug the eye into the back here, and these will spring forward one after the other. This one springs forward first after you push it in just a little bit, and then you push it a little further, and then this one comes out. And of course, I do have the missiles, so we can just plug those in. They snap in just like so, and now we have him blushing out, and then we can fire the missiles, and they are relatively powerful for being a over 20-year-old toy at this point. This figure's older than me, so that says something. Alright, and now we can also push this forward, I believe, and get some cool sounds. Or is it only back? Well, backwards he does this. I think it's like a sound effect for thrusting off or something. It sounds a little weird. I don't think there's one that goes forwards. Yeah, no, just the one that goes back. It makes that weird sound. And then we also have, I don't know if it makes, yeah, it makes the same sound if those are back. We also have the gun sound if you push down on the cockpit. So that is pretty much it. Now to transform this guy, all we need to do is, where do we want to start here? Let's just start, with the arms. You can bring these down and then fold around these little hands. There's a little peg here that sticks out. Grab it with your nail and then just pull the fist out. Nice and easy. And then we can take his legs, pull them all the way out, rotate them 90 degrees, straighten them out. Just do that with the other side. Come on, just get undone here. This one's being a little stubborn. There we go. And then just flip it around. Now he has his giant wing knees. And then we can bring this all up. And then as you bring that up and snap it in place, his head shoots out. It's a little spring-loaded gimmick. So let me see if I can get that on camera of it actually working. like that. That's really cool. And then we can bring down that beautiful wing or cockpit, and then we can bring down the wings like that, and oops, and that. There is Starscream. Oh, and he's gonna want to tip over, so let's bring out his heels because they are definitely needed. And there is Starscream with his cannons deployed because they always like to fall back out in his robot mode. And he is quite tall and chunky and beefy and beautiful. Now for his mini-con, all you have to do is flip this up and then flip these out and bring these arms around and then bring this down and then, oh, Swindle, that's his name, Swindle, I think. Yeah, I think it's Swindle. And then just bring out his legs. And also, if anyone knows, is this the same exact mold as the end of the Skyboom shield? Is this the same exact thing, or is, because it's yellow on the Skyboom shield, is this the same or is that one slightly different? I'm not sure. I don't own the Skyboom shield. I'm curious because I'm wondering if I can put this onto the Skyboom shield because it looks to be the same figure. I could be wrong. If anyone knows, leave that down in the comments because I am curious. Anyway, there he is with his little mini-con. And now for comparison. And here he is with the Legacy. Let's get him to stand. And yeah, there they are together. You can see the huge height difference. And the awesome thing with the original is we can remove the wing and fold it out into the sword. Now, to my knowledge, this is the only one of the Starscreams. I know for a fact it's the only one of the Starscreams that does this. That's a direct Hasbro product. There might be a few third-party ones that still use this folding out gimmick. I don't know why the Legacy didn't do it because this is one of the coolest things ever in Transformers. A wing that folds out into a sword. And then we can give them to him, and it is just absolutely too massive to hold and looks ridiculous, but it's part of the charm. We love it. That is Armada Starscream for you. And now the new one, we just get this little dinky little sword, and he's a little bit loose, and this thing's a solid brick, and it's 20 years old. Come on, Hasbro. Why do we have to get such loose figures nowadays? Give us the solid bricks like they used to be. Anyway, I guess we have a lot more articulation and accuracy now, but there is still a lot of charm with these older figures, and there's definitely things I miss about how they used to make them, because this just feels like a really good toy. This feels like a little collector's item. It looks cool, but it's just loose and not that hefty. But this is not a bad toy. It's definitely worth picking up, especially if you don't have a Starscream, because this one is a lot more expensive now, and it's hard to get your hands on as good of a copy as I did, where it's completely complete. So this is definitely not a bad alternative. I definitely skip out, I think it was the Thrilling 30s Starscream or whatever. I've seen them around. I don't really like the looks of them, but that's just my personal opinion. And I've never actually handled it in person, so what do I know? But now, in this mode, I don't think he makes any different noises. No. Yeah, I think he makes the same noises. I thought I could get him to say some other stuff. I don't remember how, but that's basically it for robot mode. There's not much else. You can flip the cannons forward again, but we will go over articulation. Very, very easy to hit that cockpit, tell you that much. All right, anyway, this has a swivel here. We have a triple jointed thing here, so you can get it go as much up as you need, but you can't really get it to go straight without getting like a weird curve to it, and this damn piece comes off way too easy because it just clips right off, and it's just barely holding. Nothing at the wrist, but it does have the transformation joint. Nothing at the head, of course. It's just on a spring. You can push it and go boing, 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 boing. It's very fun. And we can also kick it forward about that far if you want. You can bring this up more and then get a higher kick, which looks ridiculous. And then in the back, and then we also have nothing outwards, but we can go back quite far. We have a good bend at the knee. Obviously, for transformation, it has to go inside itself, so literally the best possible amount of movement in the knee. And then we have a above the knee thigh rotation. And then we have a little bit of articulation, if you even want to call that articulation, at the heel. And that's pretty much it. You really can't get any dynamic poses, but who cares? He just needs to stand there, make annoying noises, have his sword fall apart, and point towards the sky, and he looks awesome, and he does a great job doing it. So that's pretty much it for this figure. There's nothing really else to say about it other than it is definitely worth picking up if you're an Armada fan and have not gotten the Starscream. Even if you have the new one and you have a collection, get this one because it is just a really fun figure. If you can track it down, that is, because it is not easy, and it's definitely not cheap, but it is 100% worth the pickup. So that is pretty much all I have to say. That has been it for my video review, and see you guys later. Peace out. I'm going to stop knocking things over from now on.